Hi guys, welcome to another episode of VTEC Academy. You're about to get schooled. Okay, a lot of the tech we're doing coming up is K-series related, and some of it is wiring as well. So I wanted to kind of give you guys a primer on these harnesses, because we're going to be talking about depinning things as we take, say, an RSX harness and we convert it over to be used as a K-tuner harness. We're going to take an Accord harness and convert it so it can be used with a Honda ECU. So that is going to require that we get into these plugs and depin stuff. And I've showed you guys on videos how to do that kind of stuff, but I really want to kind of give you a better idea of what's actually going on. For me, I find it pretty easy to actually take pins in and out of these things, but normally when I teach somebody, they don't always grasp what I'm saying. So I've actually prepared a couple plugs over here where I've cut away the sides of them so that we can see how it actually works. This is the C101 plug that actually mates to this. It would be on your adapter harness. This is this particular plug right here, although the locks are undone right at the moment. And this is a B plug. Say you're converting an RSX harness over to use with K-tuner or using an Accord one to convert it over to Honda, you're going to be doing some depinning on this. So come on up close and I'll show you how we do this. One of the things that's most important for doing this is having the proper tools. This is actually a set of Asian terminal pin tools that you can buy on Amazon. As a matter of fact, if you go to VTEC Academy's Amazon page, you can find this linked there. We're going to be using two of the tools. We're going to be using this one right here, which is kind of got a little shovel head on it. And then we're going to be using this one as well, which is more like a small screwdriver. Now, this particular tool we use for unlocking the connectors. This one we're actually going to use it to release the terminals. So our first example here is the male plug that comes in on the RSX harness. Right now the locks are undone. If I put the lock in, you can see how this little clip right here actually goes into the back of the terminal, kind of locking it in place. So the first thing you're going to need to do in order to get this pin out, you're going to have to unlock it. There's a couple little tabs there, you can put it in, pull it out all the way. Now, the way this works is if you look at this on the bottom side, right here, you can see this little clip right here. This is for the bottom pin. See how I'm moving it? It has a little tang that sticks out that actually seats itself in the underside of our connector. You can see this opening right here on this connector. It's sitting inside that. The way you get it out is you're going to take this very small tool. It's a 1mm kind of wedge-shaped tool, and you're going to slide it in right next to the metal. Once you get it to stop, you're actually going to be on that small plastic. You're actually going to be on that small plastic tang. You slide it in, get it there, and then you're going to lift, and that unlocks the terminal so you can slide it out the back. Tough to do this and show you guys, but here it goes. There you go. Basically, I just set it underneath, used the terminal itself to lever against, and that allowed it to slip right out. I'm going to put it back in so you can kind of see how it engages. So I'm going to slide it in, and I'm sure you heard that little click as it locked in. And then once this is put back in, it's permanently in there until you unlock this again. Now there's also some large wires there. This is what they look like, and they lock in exactly the same way. These four openings have large wires. If you look in very closely through the front, you can see this large plastic tang that actually goes in and sinks in to the opening on this, and that locks it in. So once again, you just slide on top of the connector till you get to that plastic tank, lever it out, and you can slide the terminal out the back. Okay, so this is also the C1-on-1 connector. This is usually on an adapter harness. You don't typically have to modify these, but sometimes you want to do that. It works very similarly. There is a lock that slides in. You can see this little plastic tab right here. If I put the lock in, you can see how it engages that connector and keeps it kind of locked in there. Now it won't be released. So again, first thing you want to do is pry off the lock. Then this one's going to be a little bit more difficult because you can accidentally slide in. See if I can get this angled right again. You can actually slide in to the end of the terminal here. You want to make sure you get on top of it. See how I've lifted it up? But you can even hear it click. You lever it up. And then you can pull it out. So that's how those work as well. Okay, now for our last connector, this is the ECU connector. It has a very different locking system. This is the lock, it slides down. Let's lift it up for just a moment. You might be able to see right here, the lock has a tab that's on the back side of this terminal. So as I lift it out, now you can see that bump is down below the terminal, allowing it to move out. But there's also a small plastic retainer on that one as well. Let's look at the front side of it real quick. You can see this opening has like 4 chamfers. And basically that's to help guide the ECU pin in. That's not where we're going to lift from. We're going to go above that. So we're going to be doing this one down here. You would actually go above that chamfered area, slide it in on top of the terminal until, again, you feel the tab. So let's show you how that works as well. So we go in the opening above, slide along the terminal until we feel the plastic thing, it'll stop us. You lever it, flex it, and it comes right out. I don't know if you can see it, but the tab is right here. And it's just spring loaded just enough to lock it in place. Takes a little practice, but once you get good at it, you can very easily pop these in and out. You want to be careful about cranking out too hard, and you also want to make sure you have a small enough tool. One of the other things I'll use other than this tool is a 1mm jeweler's screwdriver, and I've also even made tools to do it that I actually prefer. I've sharpened the tip a little bit more. They're a little bit sturdier because they're made of a larger diameter stainless steel, but the idea is it can only be about 1mm wide, and it has to be able to slide into that opening right above the terminal in order to de-pin stuff. I know that actually looked a little bit awkward, but I was kind of doing things offhand because of the way we were trying to take photos of it. But honestly, if you practice this a little bit, it winds up being not terribly hard to reach in and de-pin things really easily. So just give yourself a little bit of practice and you'll be de-pinning these things as easy as can be. Thanks for joining me for another quick tip. Guys, if you like what you see, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. And if you have time, take a trip over to the VTEC Academy website at vtec.academy or vtecacademy.com and check out some of the cool merchandise we have. That actually, if you buy something, that actually helps us bring you more videos and help pay for some of our project cars. Also, please use the Amazon link if you decide you want to buy these tools. It'll be down in the description below, and that again pays us a small amount of money, which helps support the channel as well. Thanks guys, talk to you later.